Manchester United 1, Brighton 2. The Premier League opens with a defeat for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United. DJ, give me something. Give me something I can latch onto. Is there anything I can latch onto after that defeat?
Christian Eriksen played well for most parts of the game. You know, we can see the quality that he brings to this team, and hopefully he can grow into the team. But in saying that, man, Owen, it's the usual suspects, the same suspects. You know, the Freds, the McTominays of this world, the Luke Shaws, just not up to it. Rashford, again, quiet. Sancho, in and out of the game, ineffective. You know, it's just more of the same of what we had from last season. Ten Hag's going to have to actually work miracles to get something out of this team.
Talk to me about Fred and McTominay. Particularly, I guess, McTominay singled out for criticism in that game, justifiably so. Mm-hmm. Has Erik ten Hag seen what they're all about today?
I think he has. You know, he made it clear that he was going to sort of, you know, have the eye test with the players for himself. He wasn't really going to go by anyone else's recommendations. But today is a reality check for him. You know, he's seen now the limitations of those players. And usually when we talk about Fred, you know, there's a lot made of, you know, Fred's the better player. I do think Fred is the better of the two. But even he was shocking today. Both shocking. Both equally as shocking. And any criticism that they're going to get going forward now is just. You know, they deserve that. It was terrible, terrible performance. You know, we've seen midfielders, we've seen midfield pairings in the league for lesser teams doing much better than them. The quality is extremely low. And I think, you know, actually asks for about a positive. I'll tell you, here's a positive. At the game today, we know that the powers that be were there. So Avram Glazer, you know, the board were there. They can see that now. They need to pump money into this club. They need to back Ten Hag for as many weeks as we've got left of this transfer window and change things.
That's what they need to do, though. Will they do it?
No, they ain't going to do it. But, you know, we can hope. We can hope. And as United fans, that's all we have. That's all we have right now is hope. Yeah.
Talk to me about Jadon Sancho. Big season for him. A lot of people building up his potential this season. Second season, settled in at United. Chaos last year. Talk to me about his performance today.
Not a very good performance. Not the Sancho that we've seen in pre-season. In pre-season, he looked sharp, full of tricks. You know, he was starting to have a good relationship with Dalot on that right flank. Today, non-existent. Didn't see it. This is the Premier League. You know, you can go and do it big in other leagues, but this is the league where it ultimately counts. And we haven't seen him yet arrive at the party. We've seen glimpses. I do think that he has the quality to be better, but today we didn't see it.
It was an interesting starting lineup by Erik ten Hag. We knew the striker situation. We knew Martial was injured. We knew that Ronaldo wasn't sharp enough. He said he was ready. Clearly he wasn't. We started with a false nine, Christian Eriksen. Didn't really work out. What else could have Ten Hag done, do you think?
Good question. If it was me personally, and this is unpopular opinion, I probably would have played Rashford up there because he has got the experience of playing as a striker, and maybe brought Garnacho into the game, something a bit of a curveball for Brighton. But, I mean, Ten Hag, we're quite thin all over the pitch, so he could only really do what he could do, to be fair. And
you mentioned Eriksen's a positive. Martinez started for Manchester United today. What did you make of him and his potential relationship with Harry Maguire?
You know what? To be fair, I thought, you know, in spurts they played quite well. His quality was easily seen today. Very technical, good pass over the ball, very aggressive. Almost gave away a penalty. Lucky to have got away with it. There are qualities I've seen of him that I'm thinking, yeah, we can build into that. Maguire, I think he played okay today. Better performance than what we've seen since the Premier League started. Just okay.
We just heard KG talk about Luke Shaw, talk about Marcus Rashford, talk about that left-hand side. Why was that just not operating today, do you think?
I think both players have reached their ceiling. I'm going to say it now. You guys can clip it. I don't mind. I think Luke Shaw has reached the ceiling. I don't think he's going to get any better than he is now. I think Marcus Rashford, the same for Marcus Rashford. We have seen nothing in I don't know, you guys can do the maths, in hours and hours of football to suggest that they're going to get any better than they are right now. So for me, I think those are two players that definitely need to be dropped.
What do we do then? If they've found their ceiling, as you say, you can swap out Shaw for Malacia, maybe he will. But with Rashford, what do we do? What do we do on that left-hand side?
Hey, might be, again, unpopular opinion. you give Garnacho a try. You give him a game. You give him, because the other teams, they're not going to know what he's about. He's a sort of like an unknown entity, unknown quantity, and maybe you can have that bit of shock factor. Rashford had, a similar impact when he first came into the United setup. There was injuries, players off form, and he grabbed his chance at that time. I think now we need to maybe start looking at other alternatives for the left.
Cristiano Ronaldo didn't start. Again, he wasn't ready. It didn't really affect the game when he came on. Do you think that's due to sharpness, or do you think that's due to, can he actually fit? Can he fit in the Ten Hag style of play, if we even saw it today?
Well, for me, he definitely looked unfit. He came on, I think he maybe made 2 runs, and after that he was totally knackered. So his fitness, he's definitely not up to the required level at the moment to be playing. But he's Cristiano Ronaldo, so I think if he does get on, if he does get fit, he can affect games. It might not be in the way that we would potentially like how to play in terms of team goals. It'll be kind of similar to last season where all the players are feeding just him and solely him, and him racking up the score sheet. But yeah, I think it still remains to be seen. We still need to see and that's if he stays. So.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Does he stay? After a performance like that today, he's called out the board and Manchester United for a lack of ambition, for being way off winning things, being way off winning, or being even in the Champions League, but winning the Premier League, winning any trophies. Today does that no favours. Mm-hmm. Does he stay or go?
Well, I think there's 2 sides to every story. I think he's right to challenge the club, challenge the board, challenge the powers that be, and say, look, this isn't matching with my ambitions. And he's also right for wanting to go and try and rack up these targets, his goals as being a footballer. Obviously, there's been a lot made of how he's going about it, but the message is the same. He wants he wants United to be up there, and we're clearly not showing that ambition. So the answer to your question is, after today, he's probably on the phone, as soon as he gets in that changing room, on the phone to Jorge Mendes saying, listen, get me out of here, because why would he want to be a part of this? It's terrible.
And finally, we talk about transfers, talk about positions. You could make, I guess, an argument for every position needing to be recruited for today. But we've been linked to De Jong, been linked to Benjamin Šeško. What do we need? What don't we need?
Definitely need centre forward. Definitely need a centre forward, and I think that's irrespective of even if Ronaldo does stay or go. The midfield has been an issue for a very, very, very long time. From Jose times, that's when I think it got revamped. I think from when Jose came in. So from 2017, we need to change that midfield. A midfielder should have been bought first coming into this transfer window. I get the stuff around De Jong, great, but I don't care how they do it. We need to get a midfielder in.
We need a midfielder, we need recruitments, we need points. Manchester United's Premier League season opens with defeats. It's going to be a long season, folks.